Hello everyone, good evening. How are you all doing? Can you hear me loud and clear? Welcome Siddharthji, welcome
Yes, you are
Venkatji.
very much clear.
Thank you so much. Welcome Govindji, Melvin, Jiha, Sumaira. Welcome everyone. So, how's life going? Thank you, Sumaira. Thank you so much. I would request every one of you to, if possible, switch on the cameras to engage and interact more. Otherwise, I feel like, talking to a wall. It's better we talk together. That is why this sessions are actually, this is a master class which I want you to be learning from it. And I'm not a teacher, but I definitely want you to get something very valuable which I have planned. And I take a lot of time to do research to come up with such kind of an event. So I'm pretty much excited and I'm looking forward to more participations from your side as well. Welcome Govindji, कैसे हो आप? Hello.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Good evening Venkatji, कैसे हो आप? Nice
बढ़िया
to see
बढ़िया
you. Yeah.
Ah,
Meeting after some long time, I believe.
yeah, it's been quite a long time.
Yeah.
I was
So,
traveling and then I had a lot of ups and downs.
yeah, that is a part of life. That's
एक
okay.
क्लाइंट ने 4 दिन के लिए बुलाया, फिर 2 दिन के बाद बोला वापस चले जाओ. पता नहीं what happened.
Okay,
You know,
welcome.
I booked the
Yeah,
tickets. I
yeah.
booked the tickets, went to a particular place, did 2 days session, and then this has come through some other client.
Okay.
So then the client calls me on the second day evening, Venkat, book your return tickets for today night only. मैं बोला क्या हो गया? बाकी 2 दिन का क्या हुआ? नहीं नहीं उन लोगों का कुछ प्रॉब्लम है.
Okay. It
Now the
happens.
person who is coordinating that lady, I didn't want to speak to her because uh, what happened? Like she is not directly in touch with me.
Yeah.
So I said okay, चलो टिकट बुक करके वापस आ गया. Anyway, all that happens for good. इतना सर दर्द, fever, body pain. When I reached home, it was crazy. I think I messaged you also. I was not well.
Yeah, yeah. Correct. That's okay.
फिर again I had to travel to Vizag for
Mm,
another client which came up emergency.
fair.
Then I said, चलो बोरिया बिस्तर बांधो, बेल्ट टाइट करो.
It's okay.
Commitment is commitment.
Yeah,
जाके
obviously.
आ गया.
Yes.
Again from tomorrow, maybe 3-4 days continuous sessions रहेगा.
Mhm.
ये चल रहा है.
It's a part of puzzle of life. That's okay. Okay, Govindji, you want to say something? आपने actually
Good
अभी
evening, sir.
good
Good
evening.
evening, good evening, Govind.
Seeing after a long time.
Yes, it's good to see you again. Yeah, I always love to be in your class.
Nice. Thank you so much. Good.
बहुत क्लास
So,
लेते हैं यार क्लास में वो.
Actually, I love to hear him.
Uh,
Yeah, that is the thing.
yeah. So good. We'll be starting immediately. भी कुछ और लोग मैं सोच रहा था. We end time. Yeah.
सहर जी,
Good.
आप
Welcome,
अपना
Shahid.
बचपन का फोटो है लगा दीजिए वहां पर. बहुत प्यारा है वो.
Nice. Good. So,
सिद्धार्थ जी नमस्ते. सिद्धार्थ पाल.
Hello,
फर्स्ट
sir.
टाइम.
hi.
Hello, Venkat. Hello, everyone.
नमस्ते
हेलो
सर
हेलो.
जी.
आप मुझे कुछ
हाय.
कह रहे थे, मैंने सुना नहीं.
हाँ,
नहीं
आपका
सहर जी,
बचपन का फोटो लगाओ.
आपका
अच्छा.
बचपन का फोटो लगा बहुत प्यारा है बोल रहा था.
Thank you.
Nice. Good. So we'll be starting immediately. We'll not wait for more people. जो आगे we should be respecting each other's time. That is what my point is. So we've been doing it for some time, and every time I stick to my timings. Welcome, Melvin. Last time also you were there, but you did not interact much. Yeah,
Yeah.
how are you doing?
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
All well?
Yes, everything fine.
Good. So Logesh is also here. Hi, Logesh. Vajiha, I'm not able to see you. Sumaira, if you can switch on your cameras, that would be nice. Otherwise, it's okay. I understand. So welcome everyone once again. Yeah, Nishiha, welcome. Meena ji, welcome. Hafsa, welcome. Nice to see you all, guys. Good that you are in time. I really love it. I'm always, a supporter of people who are action takers, and not only action takers, I name it as implementers. Because again, there is a difference between action takers and implementers. I'll tell you, there is a lot more going inside this coaching industry where people feel that they're taking actions, but actually it doesn't happen that way. उसके बारे में भी मैं बताऊंगा आपको कि क्या चल रहा है अभी. But today's topic, which we have taken, is about future of contents, and content is everywhere. But before we start formally, I wanted all of you to welcome once again. Welcome Nitika ji, welcome Nishiha, welcome Hafsa. Good to see everyone here. And I would like to tell you that something is going behind the scene, which most of the people don't know. When I talk about, the digital marketing, I'm saying there are a lot of things going behind the scene. Why I keep on saying this? Because every day I come across something which is new to me. Correct? And so this world is so dynamic, and this digital world, especially when you talk about coaching business, digital coaching, this is so dynamic. There are so many things which is happening dynamically that we cannot stick to one particular place. We have to keep on exploring new things, learn, implement, and then only we can move ahead. Okay, so since I have taken a short introduction of most of the people, I know a little bit about everyone. So I'm not going to get into the introduction part of it. It takes a lot of time. We'll be starting immediately with the presentations, right? Are you all with me? But I want your active participations. Yes, because I'm going to give my 100%, 200%, and I want all of you to get it done, get going right away with me. Welcome, Fatima. I'm seeing you for the first time. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, Abhilasha ji, welcome once again. And everyone who is here. So good that we are in time and we'll be just starting. So everybody knows the topic, right? Everybody knows the topic, what we are going to discuss today. Yes. Keep participating. That is how we are going to make it more interactive, and we're going to love it. You're going to love it. Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. Okay, so the topic of the day is future of contents, right? Everybody knows we are doing everything. हम लोग कुछ ना कुछ. So I'll not be talking in Hindi because last time what happened, there was a lady from East Africa and she was unable to understand what we were talking. And by default, since mostly we are here as an Indian audience and people who understand Hindi, by default, I used to talk in Hindi, but she later on told me that I was unable to understand. Yeah, Logesh, right? You are also there. You don't understand Hindi. So I'll be doing everything in English. So if by mistake, if I, by default, I'm a Hindi speaking guy. By default, if I come to, please do let me know. Please ping me that, please continue in English.
Sure, I'll do that. Like even
Yeah.
while we starting, like you were speaking something and I was in Mars.
Oh, yeah. Sorry for that. But anyway, so I'll take care of it, right? So
Yeah.
we know we are going to talk about the content and future of content. So before getting into the future, I want to know the current of content. Who knows what a content is? Who knows what a content is? Welcome, Sumaira. Who knows? Anybody wants to answer? Fata. One line.
A story
Okay.
or an information that is meant for the audience,
Okay.
right? So that they get something out of it, they benefit out of that particular content or matter that we are giving them. That is one way of looking at a content.
Okay.
Now, it depends again. If it is a novel that you're writing, then the content in that novel is based on what the reader is looking for. If it's a fiction, non-fiction, different things. So,
Right.
what is the definition you have in mind?
Yeah, I want to make it simple. See, I always say, welcome Kavita ji, welcome Sunita ji as well. Yeah, I want to make it simple. See, my punchline also says business simplified, success amplified. Right. Sunita ji is saying type of lead magnet. I don't want to get into the sales language. I just want to make it very simple for you. As we are talking as a friend, if somebody asks you what is a content, you should be able to explain that in very simple words. Simplicity is the key in this world, and simplicity is the most difficult thing in this world, as I say. So you have to be simple. Being simple is not easy. Get it? Being simple is not easy, mind it. So I wanted to make it simpler. So I'll start with my presentation and I'll tell you what all things are here, which I have brought you on this platter, right? So as you know, the topic is future of contents, trends and tech. I have mentioned trends and tech in 2024. I have a reason to do that. I wanted to discuss all this, right? And I define content as the crawler of the social media, right? Do you agree to it? Contents are the crawlers on the social media, as simple as that, right? We don't travel. We have a profile, we have an account, and we do something on the social media, whatever social media it is. Name any social media, and we are doing something. We are allowing something to move on the social media. What is that? That is a content. So I call it a crawler on the social media. Is it okay? Everybody is with me, right? In simple words. Now, in different words, I also define content as a piece of action we do on social media. So not only anything which we do as a part of the posting which we do. Normally, we say that this is a post which I've created and posted on the social media. That is a part of content by default, we understand. But there are a lot more things which we're doing as a part of content. Let me tell you, even if you are commenting on somebody's post, that is a content which you're creating. Even if you're liking, you are showing your expressions in terms of emojis, that is an action which you are doing on the social media. So any piece of content, any piece of action which you are doing is a content on social media. Do you get it? Is it okay? Not only what you are doing for yourself, even if you're doing for somebody else, the comment part, anything, a reaction is a content on the social media. And this graph, you can find it anywhere, you know, creating, analyzing, measuring, promoting, everything. That is a part of the content strategy. But today I'm going to talk about only content and the future of contents, which is the subject. But why am I going to talk about content? Why am I going to talk about content? That is the matter which you need to understand. As I said initially, that contents are the crawlers, and we need to understand what kind of a content are moving on the social media platform. But before that, I wanted to tell you something about me. I know there are a few people who know me from some time. There are people who don't know me. So people who don't know me, for them, I want to have a little introduction of mine. Is it okay if I tell something about me for the people who don't know me? Right? Okay. Fine. Thank you so much. So I'm Alok. I'm a business coach for coaches, but I have a long history. I'm 49 years of age as of now, and I have been into entrepreneurship for the last 14 years. I'm by qualification an engineer, a postgraduate in business administration from University of Singapore, and a digital marketing expert from IIT Delhi. I've been into my own business since 2010, right? And then during the pandemic, when pandemic started, I explored this new venture as a part of business coaching. And since the last 3 years, I'm into business coaching, helping and working with coaches to build, scale, and make their business profitable. In short, I don't want to take time. I have lots of stories to share, and I keep sharing my stories on my posts as well. But this is in short. You should be knowing who am I, whom you're learning from as a part of. I'm not saying I'm an expert of anything, but I'm saying I have done certain things in a detailed way where I can teach you to do it the same in the manner which I have done. And I keep on learning. I also keep on expressing my learnings through this kind of a live event, which is a masterclass or 2 days, 3 days, 5 days challenges and all. This is in short about me. I live in Ghaziabad, which is a part of Delhi NCR, actually in UP. And I have 2 sons. I stay with my mother in Ghaziabad, my wife, my 2 kids, and that's all. So in short, this is what I am. And I believe I'll be doing justice to the time which you're going to give it to me. So I don't want to spend much time in terms of introducing myself. Now, going back to the presentation, I wanted to tell you these things. Number 1, why content? As I said, it's a crawler. This is the carrier of our messages. We are not traveling anywhere. We are sitting in our home offices and we are creating something which is traveling on the social media. And these are the crawlers. As I said, these are the carriers of our messages. Whatever we want to say, we want to let others know, our audience know what is our message. So we create a content in different shapes and sizes that I'll be covering later on. right? And that is a part of your content marketing. Because if you are doing it as a business, you need to understand the power of marketing. If somebody is not doing marketing, there are books written by Philip Kotler, and there are a lot of big marketing gurus who talk about marketing as a oxygen to your business. But in our country or in different geographical locations, people don't value the power of marketing, which is must. So this content is relatable with the term content marketing, because marketing you are going to do with your content. Understand that, right? So this is important. And if you talk about the definition of content marketing, it is the continuous process of planning, creating, publishing, distributing, sharing, and doing blah 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 blah. There are n number of things you can do. I'll be going deep into this detail of content very soon. So understand the process and understand the purpose. The purpose of making your content is what? You want people to know you as a brand, right? You want your audience to interact with you. You want your audience to engage with you. You want your audience to talk about you and advocate for your business, right? That this person is doing good or this business is doing good. That is what the purpose of marketing is. And especially when we are talking about content marketing, contents, as I say, they are the crawlers. So this is the message which you are going and giving to the world, right? Now, when I talk about future of contents, what do you understand? How this shape is changing over a period of time. Everything evolves over a period of time, and even we as humans are still evolving and will keep on evolving over decades and centuries. Things are changing. Climate is changing. Everything. So content is also changing. Now, over a period of time, we have seen a lot of things changing inside this content thing, right? So now my topic for this particular masterclass is to tell you that if you keep doing the same thing which you were doing earlier, let's say 2 years back, 3 years back, or 6 months back, is it going to work? Is it going to work the same way? Not at all. Not at all. I'll tell you, if you keep on doing the same thing which was working, let's say 6 months back, I don't think you're going to get results. And people don't understand this, actual psychology. It's not actually psychology, it's a science. Whatever content we're creating on different social media platforms, right? And all these social media platforms, they are changing their algorithms very fast. We don't know that actually, right? They are not going to ask us whether we should do it or not, because it's their big business. See how big volume of business they are making, whether it is Google, whether it is Facebook, whether it is YouTube, whether it is Twitter, Instagram, whatever social media platform you can see around us. They all are making billions and billions of money. Everybody knows about it. It's not a charitable platform. So they also want to grow their businesses, right? And they also want to benefit their customers in order to grow their business as an individual. So these things are very dynamic. And if these things are dynamic, you need to understand the dynamism of it, and you should learn what things should we do to keep our content intact, contextual, relevant to our audience. Otherwise, we'll be lagging behind somewhere. So that's the purpose, and that is what I'm here for, right? So moving forward. Now, this is the objective of talking about future of content. And I'll tell you, this content game is not new. I've just taken a screenshot from internet. This is not my content. This image which you can see, this is a downloaded image, but you can see the history of content. See, 4200 BC, 1895, 1900, 1904, and it's going on. So the content history is long back, right? But there are changes. What used to happen before? They were all in the form of text. Am I right? The only medium of creating content was text. Am I right? There was no other means. There was no internet. There was no videos. There was no facility of sharing this kind of a content right in real time. So the only format of creating content was either it used to be a book or maybe a newsletter, maybe not a hard copy of newsletter, I would say, maybe a printed book or something, right? That was the only medium. But it has been since ages. That is what my point is. So content is not new. Content, the shape has been changing over a period of time, right? So with rise of computers, internet, smartphones, it has taken its own shape. Now we know images, GIFs, videos, doodles, audios, mix of all these things, whatever you want to do, you can do it on your own. So this is because the technology has evolved, right? my topic says trends and tech in 2024. And this is not only 2024, it's going to go beyond as well. But why I'm limiting to 2024? Because after 1 year, how it is going to take shape, even I don't know as of now. Nobody knows. That will be governed by these bigger companies, the algorithm behind this, right? So I'm only talking about 2024, which is a predicted and it has already been started, right? So, or different formats of content which is going on. Now I want you to know some buzzwords to take you to the future. We are doing content. So what we know that we can write text. We know we can create videos. We know we can create some graphics. We can create carousels. We do live interviews, everything we know. By default, if we are for some time in this domain, we know these are the normal formats of content. But do you know these buzzwords? Anybody knows about this word? EAT, EEAT, ZMOT. Anybody has heard about it? You have been creating content for long. But do you know what all these are? Anybody who wants to talk about, anybody who knows about this EAT? Anyone? You can raise your hand and talk to me. EAT, EEAT, ZMOT. These are, I'll come again. I'll come again with other buzzwords. But I know people are not aware. I know. Why? Because we are not.
I look at words very differently, so I don't want to say anything.
Okay, no issues.
मुझे alphabets दिखने से मेरे दिमाग में वो सब कुछ अलग-अलग. You know that I'm a poet, na, so that's.
Yeah. That's
Alokji,
okay. Yeah.
EAT, what I know is E for A is authority, E for expertise, and T for is trust.
Correct. Exactly. You are right.
Authenticity होगा.
Yeah, I'll explain that. Yes. So these are few of the keywords. Apart from that, I have another set of keywords, which is rich content, UGC, CLC. I don't know, you must have heard somewhere, but I don't know how much you are aware about it and how you are going to utilize it. This is what I'm going to talk about. And these buzzwords are now taking you to the future, right? These are not only limited to what has been done earlier, right? So now let me explain you the EAT. This word was derived by Google search engine, right? In 2014. And this talks about expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness, right? So why Google found this? Google is a big search engine, right? Lots of contents, I cannot have a data saying that how much content is coming on the Google every moment, every second. But Google wanted something very specific. And this content is not only the content which is there on the search engine. You are creating website. I'm talking about the overall digital platform. You are creating websites. You are creating blogs. You are creating newsletters. You are creating multiple other stuffs, right? Now, what is the relevance and how you can make it better and better for your audience? As I said, all these platforms are billionaires and billionaires, right? So they also want to give their users, like we are the users, they also want us to give a better experience of people using their platform to get better and better content, right? So they derived this and they defined it in this sense, like the content should be having your expertise, the content should talk about your authoritativeness, and the content should be trustworthy. Now, if you ask me, what do you mean by expertise? How can you show your expertise? These are words, these are simple English words. You can go and understand the meaning, what it means. But on this digital platform, how are you going to showcase your expertise? How are you going to show authoritativeness? How you are going to show your trustworthiness? That is what is going to matter, which I'll be covering in the due course of the time. But this is what you should be knowing it, right? So this was in 2014. Later on, it converted in 2022. It added another E, which became EEAT, and it talks about experience. So over and above your expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness, experience was one thing which these companies started looking for inside your content, right? And there is another word, again, abbreviation, which is YMYL. Anybody knows about it? YMYL. Again, it is a part of the content. YMYL. Anyone knows about it? Again, it relates to the content.
It's written over there. Your
Yeah.
money, your life, something.
Yes, your money, your life. Right. You got it right. That is why I, unshared the screen. I wanted to have an answer from your side. That's okay. So what does it mean? Your money, your life. Again, it relates to the content. Understand the point. Everything which I'm sharing today here relates to the content journey. So your money, your life refers to the content that has the power to influence a message decision related to a person, money, or their life. That is what we are looking for. Whatever we are doing, why are we doing? There are only three big niches in this entire world. The entire niching, if you want to know, can be classified into these three major niches. The first is wealth, health, and relationship. Am I right? Everything comes under that category. So whether it is money or whether it is life. So YMYLS, your money, your life. So your content should be so powerful that the person reading that content should feel like either I'm going to make money out of it, or this content, with the help of this content or this learning, I'm going to change my life. If you have the power of this YMYL in your content is going to go along, right? So how was it? YMYL. So now we have covered EAT, we have covered EEAT. Now we have also covered YMYL. Now I'm going to talk about ZMOT, which is zero moment of truth, right? So as I've already put it here as an explanation, I'll tell you what zero moment of truth is. Anybody wants to talk about it before I explain what is ZMOT, zero moment of truth? Anyone?
Moment of truth is a place where the person gets that aha moment.
Okay.
Specifically, right?
Yeah.
What does zero cannot kindly explain?
Okay. So I'll tell you why it was derived and what is the purpose of this ZMOT. During the journey, a customer journey, what happens is we keep on thinking about making a decision, taking a decision in yeses or no. So this ZMOT is like investigating inside a customer product before making the final purchase, right? So the customer is not going to tell you, I'm sorry, power was gone. Anyway, so ZMOT is a model that explains the discovery and awareness stage of the customer journey, right? So a customer is investigating about a product, right? And he thinks many times before taking a decision, correct? So this is a model that explains that before taking a decision to buy or not to buy, there is a moment in which we all take decisions. Let me put it that way. We all take a decision. There is a time when say, Acha, chalo, let us buy. Let us buy. After doing some research, am I right or wrong? We do. Either whether it is our need, whether it is what our children are looking for, whether it is what we are looking for something, correct? But there is a point, there is a moment where we make that decision. There is a noise coming in. Right? So did you get this? This ZMOT is a model, and I'm not going to disclose or explain. I'm not going to get into the detail. I'm only wanted you to know that these are the terms, buzzwords, which are going to take you to the future. You should be knowing it, right? So this is a model only which talks about a customer journey and tells you that there is a moment where you take a decision. So that moment is called the zero moment of truth, where you take a decision either to buy or not to buy. This is very much important in the journey of content creation. Is it clear? Right? Okay. Now, let's talk about rich content. I have already, made this slide in order to explain you what do you mean by a rich content, right? Content, we definitely know everything is a content. As I said, even my definition says that everything which you do is a content. But when I say this is a rich content, that means your rich content should be having some elements of all this: sound, images, videos, visual flair and design, sensory features, and this static images, animated GIFs, everything included becomes a rich content. So as we know, rich means so many things included. Now, how can you include so many things inside your content? That is an art which we need to learn, right? Because if you tell me to write, and writing is not that easy. Today also, if you go and ask and tell somebody to write 2 paragraphs on some particular topic, it is not that easy. And here we are talking about creating something for n number of users which are there, who are going to read our content. So that readability part is a must. So rich content talks about multiple flavors of content in different formats, so that our content becomes what do you say, worthy for our audience to listen to it, go through it, learn more about it, learn more from it, and spread the word, right? So this is what I understand by rich content. Is it clear till now? Anybody has any questions? Okay, let me go ahead now. So after rich content, we have now characteristics of the rich content. As I was talking about, it should be having readability, it should be engaging, it should be consistent, findability, and translatability. Why translatability I have included? Because of global platform, there are people who are putting content in one language, and if that content is not translatable to another language, maybe some people might be losing on the engagement part, because if you don't understand how you're going to engage. So these are rich content characteristics which you have to be keeping in mind, right? And there are tools also which are talking about. I don't know how many of you know about Hemingway tool, Hemingway app. Anybody knows about Hemingway app? Anybody knows about Hemingway app? Yeah, Rahul knows about it, Siddharth knows, right? Correct, Logesh knows about it. So there are tools which give you a rating on the scale of 1 to 10 or 1 to 12. I think it is 1 to 12. Correct? Yeah, there should be a limit to number of words used in written content, please. No, Kavita ji, there's nothing such limit in the length of the or the word limit as such, I would say. That particular tool tells you about the readability. And if you tell me, I can show you, the more simple you can make your content, right? With active voice statements, smaller sentences, all these things add to the readability part of it, which makes the user interact more with your content. That is what our purpose is. So if you're writing a content, if you want to see what is the readability index, I would say, what is the readability index, you can go copy paste your content and see what is the readability index out of 1 to 12 they rate. If it is less than 4 or 5, then that means you are good. The lesser the index is, let's say if you are at 0 or 1, that means you are creating a best quality content for your users in terms of readability, kind of, right? So all these things take into account, and that is why I'm sharing this, that you should be aware of all this. Okay, yeah, Logesh, you're right. Your content can make or break your, right? So it should be readable, it should be engaging, it should be consistent, and findability and translatability. Let's move to the 5 C's of content. I see people creating content like anything. I'm not here to criticize anyone, but I see people are just making content for the sake of putting something on the social media. Is it the right way to do? Just creating something for the sake of something is not at all going to work. And that is what, I see people doing. Correct? So what you have to do is, you have to make your content relatable, contextual, and there are other factors to it. Correct? So the first factor which comes under the 5 C's of content creation is clarity. There has to be a clear message coming out of your content. Am I okay? There has to be a clear message. What you want to convey to your audience. There should be clarity. It should be concise. Concise, I'm not saying, as I said, there is no limit to the length of the characters which you're going to put on the social media. Yeah, there are at places there are. But in general, if I say 5,000 words is a limit on, let's say, LinkedIn, you cannot cross as a post, then you'll have to go into the article mode. On Facebook, I think there is no limit to it. Instagram, I think there is some limit. So my point is, you have to give a concise message by whatever content you're creating to your audience. So clarity, conciseness, it should be compelling. People should be able to read, want to read more and more about it. If you are not creating that kind of intrigue in their minds or curiosity in their minds, they're not going to read it. So you have to make it compelling as well. Now, this is an art. Writing is not easy, as I said. You have to make it compelling for your users to read, to go to the next line. If somebody is starting, let's say, we always talk about the hook, story, and CTA. Everybody would be knowing about it, right? The format of a content, the basic format of a content, right? The basic format of a content says that you should start with a hook, then there should be a body, and there should be a CTA. That's okay. But that hook should be intriguing, right? You should start with such kind of a hook that people are willing to go to the next line to read what you want to say. And then create a story out of the content so that people start going from one sentence to the another, right? And why I always talk about stories, because stories are by default into our wired inside our minds and brains since childhood. We love to read stories. We love to see stories, right? And we connect with that. I always give that example. We go to movies, right? Who all goes watch movies? Movies, right? Everybody watches movies, right? We know that there are actors performing some characters. Am I right? We know this is, let's say, Amir Khan, or this is Hrithik Roshan, or this is whoever it is. We know these are the actors playing some characters. Still, during some kinds of scenes, we cry, we feel good, or we feel bad. Yes or no? Although we purposely have gone to watch the movie, we know very in our hearts that these are actors who have performed. They have taken multiple shots to create that clipping, and now it has come to us as a movie scene. Still we connect, right? Still we feel good, still we feel bad, still we cry, or something like that. It happens. Why it happens? Because we relate to it, right? Number one, we relate to it. Number two, somewhere we see ourselves into those characters. Yes or no? We see ourselves in those characters. And the more we see, the more we, relate to it. And then we, bang on, we feel like, yes, it feels like even I was the, that action hero, or I was the person who is performing this act, and we that way. Correct? So that is the power of relatability in your content, right? So compelling. Now comes to the part of credibility. Now I'll tell you what is happening nowadays. Everybody is a coach. With all due respect to other coaches in this world, I don't have any enmity with anybody. I love every coach because every coach is doing something or the other for the good sake of somebody else. Now, credibility is one thing which is very important, right? How do you create your credibility? How do you do that? It's not easy. Credibility is a function of time, over a longer period of time, where you keep doing certain things. People want to see you there in the market doing a particular set of actions for longer period of time, so that they start believing in you. So credibility is a part of trust, belief system, and there are so many things behind that. It's not only the result, which what is happening nowadays, people are only talking about the results. That, let's say, I have produced this kind of a result for this kind of a customers. That is one part of the credibility. What about the other parameters? And what should be the other parameters? Nobody is talking about clearly. For me, if you are my audience today and you are watching me, listening to me, I want to tell you that credibility is a factor of your own consciousness, right? Your own ethical values, your own moral values. And that is why I say that if I don't have a matching frequency with somebody, I'll not be able to work with them. That doesn't allow me to do better. If I don't have a matching frequency with somebody whom I'm going to work with, how I'm going to continue doing it? The belief system has to be the same. The frequency has to match. So credibility is a part of many other things which you have to develop over a period of time by doing certain actions that keeps our audience believing in us. That is what I call credibility. And then comes to the call to action. Now, call to action is again a very funny thing. I'll tell you why I'm saying funny thing. I'll tell you reason behind it. I see, new people becoming a coach, and the moment they create their first post, they start writing as a CTA that book a call with me. It's their first post, or maybe it's their 10th post, and they are giving a CTA saying that book a call with me. Why somebody will book a call? They have just seen you for the last 10 days, that too not sure. You are there. Actually, you have taken birth here on the social media just 10 days back. How can you believe that somebody is going to trust you in 10 days and going to book a call immediately? Is it making sense? I don't think so. So before giving that CTA, you need to understand at what stage you are, what CTA is relevant to you. Don't just copy paste from somebody saying, that person is saying to book a call with me. Let me just put it the same way. It doesn't work that way. You have to understand at what level, at what stage of your journey you are there, and what CTA suits you the best, right? So you need to be very careful about it. Once you have made your credibility, at least to some extent, then you can start putting that kind of a CTA to book a call, or come for a clarity session or something like that. When you have sufficient time spent on the social media, on that platform, where people have started recognizing you, believing in you in some form or the other, right? So please make a note that your CTA should be a function of your own journey. It should not be copied from somebody, right? Which is a normal mistake which people do. So these are the 5 C's which I wanted to talk about of the content. Now, one very important thing, I told you that there was a term called UGC. UGC is user generated content. What do you mean by user generated content? I've already shown you, but this is what I wanted to explain. User generated content is when your user is creating content for you. Getting my point? That is the best kind of a content which is going to take you ahead, right? Now, who is your user who is creating content for you? Let's say somebody is talking good about you. Somebody has given a good review. Somebody has talked in a testimonial format and has given you a good review or talked about. That kind of a content becomes user generated content, UGC. Your user is creating content for you, right? Am I right? Whether it is a testimonial, whether it is a text message which they have shared on the social media, or they're sharing with you, that becomes user generated content, right? So this kind of a content are most helping you to create your trust, because you are not talking about yourself, minded. Everybody talks about themselves, and everybody would be definitely talking good about themselves. But if a third person is talking good about you, other people can relate more to it, right? You're getting my point? So user generated content, and that is why in generic words we say that testimonials are the best way to build trust. But what is this testimonial? This testimonial is one part of the user generated content which your user is created for you, and you need to reuse it, and you should understand how you're going to reuse it for your trustworthiness and credibility, right? This is okay. Next is reviews. Now there are different forms of reviews. Trustpilot is one famous platform where people could give reviews. You can collect reviews from different formats as well, and you can take shout outs as well. Shout outs are normally used inside a particular group, I would say. Otherwise, the difference between a testimonial and shout out is what? Shout out is there is a group of people and you have done something good to somebody. People are talking about you, saying, yay, this person has helped me doing this. So that becomes a shout out. And if that person is doing something good for you and they're creating some content specifically for you, saying that, okay, now I want to give my heart out about talking about somebody who is really genuine and has helped me in whatever ways, whether it is wealth, health, and relationship, whatever niche that person is. So that becomes your testimonial. So testimonial, reviews, shout outs, and any of these formats in any of those, I would say, types of content, as I said, text, videos, carousels, reviews, ratings, everything becomes your user generated content. Is it making sense? Are you not getting bored? Or it's okay? Right. Thank you so much. Because I'm unable to see on the chat as well. So even if you are, putting something in the chat, I'll not be able to see, because my focus is to deliver. Anyway, So this is what I wanted to tell you about the UGC, which is user generated content. Now going next is CLC. What is that CLC? This is creator led content, right? Now, what is the creator led content? You know, there are different influencers, I would say, on the social media. They become content creators as well because they have high number of following. So if somebody, right, as a creator or as an influencer coming from different background, that should not be from your only niche, right? And they are sharing their unique perspectives and their lived experiences. That becomes a content which is not only relatable, but that gives you additional boost as a token of, genuine content and connection with your audience. So let's say, I just will give you an example. Let's say everybody would be knowing about Ankur Warikoo, right? If Ankur Warikoo talks about you in some way or the other, do you think people will trust you more? Because he is already an influencer. He has been working with a lot of people, correct? So there are lots of influencers on the social media who have made that kind of a reputation. If those kind of a people come along with you, talk about you, your credibility increases like anything. So that kind of a content which somebody who has already an authority in his domain, right, talks about you, you get an edge. So this kind of a contents are again more liked by the people because it contains a great level of certainty. Ankur Warikoo will not talk about anybody unless and until he is sure in himself or anybody like that. I'm just giving an example of Ankur Warikoo. He'll not talk about anybody unless and until he is 100% sure about your credibility, your knowledge, and the way you do work, right? Am I right? That is kind of an endorsement which somebody is doing for you. And doing endorsement, big celebrities take lots of money. Let's say Virat Kohli is endorsing MRF tires. He's taking a lot of money. If somebody is doing an ad for Pepsi or Coke or whatever, there are multiple brands. People are taking money for that. So here, maybe, I don't know, this content creation is not that way. I would say I'm not into that mode of understanding the financial part of it. But what I know is if you have built a genuine relationship with your authentic workings on the social media, somebody can become an CLC for you, right? So you have to get to that level. And I'll give you an example. I think 3-4 days back, I had made a post on that same. Everybody would be, I don't know how many of you know about it or not. Sampark Sachdeva is one of the influencers on social media. I was having a chat with him. I got an opportunity to talk to him and I created a post out of it. So now today, if I start talking to him and let's say he understands me and tomorrow he talks about me. So definitely my credibility goes beyond boundaries, right? I'll be adding more to my credibility. So this kind of a creator-led content becomes very helpful in your content creation journey, which is going to be the future. I'll be coming to that, right? Making sense? You understand content-led, creator-led content, right? Now, let's talk about the future ahead. So the future is what? Content is the king. It is going to remain the king. But initially, engagement was the queen. Now, that engagement has been replaced by experience. Now, experience is the queen, right? Now, how are you going to show that experience? That is again an art which you need to learn. How you're going to show your experience on the social media, right? So that is an art which you need to understand. And then you need to create your content accordingly so that your experience gets reflected out of your content, right? Making sense? Right? Anybody has a question? Experience.
Experience is what you have experienced in the social media or your overall experience that you have
Overall
been
experience.
overall experience, what you are
Yes.
doing, how you are doing it, what are the challenges you faced and how you have solved those challenges. All this
Exactly.
comes under experiences, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, great. Got it.
Yeah.
Because I was observing my posts. Whenever I talk about the experiences, I get more.
Yeah,
Right.
you got it right. You got it right. So without knowing actually that this is behind the scene, things are changing
Hmm.
this way, you
Hmm.
started seeing a pattern
Yes.
that by sharing this kind of an experience, your interaction is more with people. People are engaging
Correct.
more.
Correct.
There you go. Right. So now, when we know that purposely this is working, we need to focus more towards that. As simple. Right? Nice. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. Now, experience is the key, queen, and the future. What a user is looking forward to you and expects from you. That is, now users are looking forward to your lived experience. See, information is everywhere. You can copy paste information from anywhere. Am I right? There are search engines, there are AI chatbots, there are AI tools where you can get information. But that experience, chatbot or AI tool is not going to give you. Right? So this word, one word, mind it. This lived experience is what people are looking for. You rightly said, Venkat. People are engaging with more such content when they see there is a lived experience. You shared your story, how you faced such problem. You went to some place, you did something, somebody told you something, you came back. So this is a lived experience which you realistically faced and you put it in the words.
Correct.
People will definitely interact with that and people
Hmm.
will appreciate that. That is what is
Hmm.
happening, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. So now what a user is looking for, lived experience. Now I have broken down this lived experience into what? Specific experience, referring to the knowledge, understanding of skill, effectively demonstrable and vulnerable exposure. Right? As you said, Venkat, you said that, I had a contract, the client has called me for 4 days, but, after 2 days, he told me to go back and book. So that is what? Being vulnerable.
Being vulnerable. What happened was,
Yeah.
then the person there in the factory said,
Yeah.
"I'm so sorry this has happened. I hope I have not hurt you." I
Yeah.
said, "Regarding what?" I asked.
Yeah.
The moment I said regarding what, no, no, leave it. I'll speak to the person whom I am listening. So, I was very, very calm. I just took the
Yeah.
train and came back.
Right.
What happens later on, let us see.
True.
I do not want to create a hue and cry and say, no, 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 you did this, you did that. I said, no,
Correct.
I'm not going to do that. So
Correct.
let's see what happens. Because then what happened, my silence and my calmness went and touched that person, HR person somewhere.
True.
And then she called up and said, "I hope I have not hurt you." I said,
Yeah.
"No, no, I haven't hurt me. Thank you so much. I'm leaving. It's okay, whatever has happened."
Yeah. Exactly. So that is what I'm saying. So you shared your specific experience. You shared, refer to a knowledge, why you were gone there. You had gone to do a training for their teams, right? There is a skill involved. You were a trainer. As a trainer, you went to train them on some particular skills, right? And you demonstrated very well. You did it for
Yeah.
2 days. And
Hmm.
this particular line I have, purposely added, whatever good or bad happens, normally we have what do you say? A phobia of only sharing the good things happening with us. But
Yes.
if something has gone wrong, that is also a part of our lived experience, which need to be
Lived
shared.
experience.
Yes,
Hmm.
to get
Hmm.
more engaged with your audience. That is what,
Hmm.
and that happens
Hmm.
with,
Hmm.
that can happen with anybody. As any, it's not like, it has happened with you only. It might have
Hmm.
happened earlier also with some people, might happen in the future, but nobody talks about
Hmm.
it.
Not
But then,
everybody likes to put it under the rug and keep it there.
yeah,
But I would rather share it because then, other people also can gear up themselves and do better as
correct,
to whatever has
exactly,
happened.
right. So this
And
is
in
what I
my
want.
in my 20 years of
Mhm.
experience, this was my first of its kind. So
It happens. There is always a first time.
first time for it, yes.
Yeah. So this is what users are looking for: lived experience and vulnerable exposure. And I have, broken down all this. I hope it is making sense. I've broken down this, lived experience into all these 5 components just to make it simpler for you, that this is what you need to, as a part of the content, you have to share all this. And it's not going to be easy, but as a part of your normal writing as an experience, you can start inculcating these terms, not these terms, but the feel of this thing. Yes, Logesh, you wanted to ask a question. Go ahead.
Yes, so people like you have more experience. So
Yeah.
what if I'm just starting out? I don't have much experience. So what to do for me?
Exactly. I know this question would come up,
Mhm.
right? For beginners, that's okay. So
Yeah.
in your beginning journey, in the journey where you have just started, there are a lot of things coming in your mind, right? Every day you are doing lots of stuff. At times in your family, some people would be helping you, some people would be supporting you, somebody would be, talking even bad about you, that what the hell that guy is doing. There would be people around you talking about this. There would be friends would be supporting you. There would be friends would be, making mocking at you. That could be anything. So anything which is happening around you, put it as a lived experience. Mind it, I'm using the word lived experience. So you can say, when I started, I had this kind of a feeling. My mom supported, but my dad, was like, what is the future of this thing which he's doing, right? It happens or not? Similarly, so that is kind of a lived experience. You can also say that I was on a call with a customer, and the customer did not sign up with me because I was very new. The person wanted to work with somebody who has already an experience, but somebody to start, and somebody might have given that person an opportunity to work. Now I'm a beginner. I'm facing this. I'm living this experience of not having a customer base already. So that becomes your lived experience.
Yes, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
be vulnerable. Don't say, and say with confidence. Yes, I'm a starter. I'm a starter, but I'll be putting my 100%, 200% to give the results whichever I'm promising, because I don't have any clients today to work with. So my entire energy is going to you, the first client.
In a way,
Yeah.
so sorry to interrupt. In a way, for you, it is that ZMOT.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yes, I get it, Venkat. Thanks.
Welcome. So have I answered your question?
Yes.
Good. Thank you so much. Now, the main 3 areas of future content creation. Now, I'll be concising. We have learned the buzzwords. We have understood how the content creation started, when it started, what audience is looking for. Now, how the future is going to look like, and what people would be using to make their content more reliable, more trustworthy, and all those things. Am I right? So these are the 3 main areas of future content creation. Experience-based interactive content, which I've just talked about. Actually, we have detailed discussion on this. Second is the immersive technologies, and third is UGC and CLC, which I've already talked about. User-generated content and creator-led content, right? Now, how many of you know about immersive technologies? I know this is experience-based interactive content. Everybody has understood, right? Immersive technologies. So I'll be putting it again. Let me explain this in a different way. Experience-based interactive content. This is going to be the future. Now I'm talking about the future of content creation, right? So the first point which I'm going to talk about is experience-based interactive content. I've broken down into 3 parts again: being raw, using nostalgia, and humanizing. How are you going to create content which are experience-based interactive content is being raw? So what do you mean by being raw? Let us talk about that. Being raw means what?
Being true and authentic.
Yes, that's okay.
Not articulating very much, like, and sticking to the point, like,
Yeah.
not polishing the stuffs, like, being the truth itself.
Exactly.
Being a spade, a
Being
spade.
vulnerable, maybe.
Yes, Kavita ji?
Vulnerable, like,
Vulnerable, yes.
this happened with me because I used to post a lot about my younger brother when he passed away, because it was like raw for me. But then after some time, I felt I should stop doing that because I was making people cry. I didn't like that.
Yeah. Right. So when we talk about raw contents, it's like, as Logesh also said, we don't need to be polishing it. Whatever is coming in simple words, let it put it that way. Don't take help of any tool. Don't take help of AI tool as well. I wanted to make this point that if you're using AI for creating content, those contents are the least preferred by the algorithm to get propagated into the social media. Mind it. Never share AI generated content. People can smell, people can understand, and the algorithm behind the scene, which is not visible, they also catch that this is an AI generated content, and they stop propagating it to the other people. So number 1 is raw. Raw means keep it natural, the way it is coming inside your mind. Yes, you have to be grammatically correct. don't put grammatical errors. It doesn't look good if you are here on a social media showing some kind of an expertise. And there are tools to do it. You have Grammarly, you have multiple other tools which will definitely tell you, to check the spelling and grammar and everything. Yes, Nitika ji, tell me.
Yeah, I just had a question that when you said that we should not use AI tools. I understand that when it is we are using the AI tool, then it is very fabricated, not, we should check whether it is relatable to us, because the audience will connect to us only when it is authentic. So
Yeah.
can we take help of AI, but a little bit of, changes, which first, make some changes and bring the connection inside, because it's not very easy for everyone to write the content part. So if we can give something that I want to talk about this, like ChatGPT I am talking about. So they generate some content. So can we a kind of changes or maneuver it and make it more relatable to the audience and us as well?
Definitely you can do that, but I'll tell you, if slight changes you are doing, the algorithm behind the scene is going to, catch it. Number one. Secondly, the actual emotions cannot be shown by content which you're creating through AI tool. That is also a fact, right? So both ways it is harming you. The use of AI is not to create content, mind it. There is again a myth. I have done a training on specifically, how to understand to use AI. AI is not to create a content. AI is for lot many things. And AI cannot give you a pinpointed answer to whatever things you are doing. The result. AI is an iterative tool, I tell you. AI is an iterative tool. Again, you take these words, and why it is called Chat GPT, because you have to keep on talking to the GPT. The name of Chat GPT is purposely put because you need to keep on talking till the time you get the best outcome, whatever you have in your mind. There is no limit to it. Today you give, and there are prompts given to generate some kind of a things out of Chat GPT. You need to command on the prompt which you are going to give to get an output from any AI tool. It's not Chat GPT. Any AI tool needs a prompt. You need to be a master of that prompt to get a realistic answer to whatever you're doing. And you need to train AI tools as well to get that kind of a specific, content out of it, which is again a part of your learning, a part of your mastery. The more you master the prompt, writing of a prompt, the better you get results. And you need to keep on improving on that. But mind it, if you are just creating a content and doing certain changes, it is not going to give you that kind of an interaction and engagement on this platform. That is for sure. This is what the data says.
Better to put the
Right?
raw content, get it corrected, and put it, post it, rather than again going and putting maybe 20 prompts and then you'll become a mastery in prompt, but content will not go out.
Yeah. So better, as I said, being raw is whatever is coming from your heart, put it. Don't try to copy somebody. Don't try to, create something which is not your thing. Just be raw, be simple. Second is using nostalgia. Nostalgia is the literal meaning of nostalgia is getting into the past and sharing some stories out of it. This is one of those best experience based content, right? Everybody have lots of stories behind them since their childhood, whatever personally, professionally they have done, whatever has gone into their lives, whatever they have gone into personal, challenges, wins, whatever things. So you need to use nostalgia when I'm talking about experience with interactive content. And you need to humanize it. How you did that, mind it. When I say humanize, there was a trend when people used to, today also you see, there are a lot of things we go and search on YouTube saying how to do this, how to do that. Now, when I say humanize, it has converted to how I. From how to, you have to do how I did it. People are interested knowing about you. People are here on the social media to know about you. Had it been only information, they'll go on Google and search about the information. No? Why people are going and seeing your content? Because they want to know about you, how you did it. If you say, I know, how you can swim the ocean, there are thousands of articles and videos already there on the YouTube, how you can swim the ocean. But there is only one content, which is how I swim the ocean. So people want to know how you did it, Mandate. So this is what I mean by humanizing it, and that human is you. Or if you can relate again the content in that formats where you humanize a particular subject in the favor of somebody else in the context, right? So humanizing comes from that. Is it okay? Am I making sense? Okay, good. So moving ahead. Now let's talk about immersive technologies in content. So how many of you know about this? 360-degree virtual reality augment. These are the terms definitely you have heard. You might have heard about it. But how many of you know actually the meaning of what does it mean when I say 360-degree virtual reality, augmented reality, and how you are going to use in your content? Anybody knows about the 360-degree VR and AR? These are again buzzwords. Okay, let me ask in a different way. How many of you recently done any purchase on Amazon? Right? So when you go and purchase, select any particular, when you're browsing, actually, when you're searching for a product, have you seen a product which is shown from different angles? Whether it is a dress, whether it is something, that is called 360-degree, right? A video showing that product from 360-degree views, different angles. That is a content which we need to know and we need to create. And how you're going to do it here as a coach, as a service provider, how you're going to do that? That is the most important thing to understand. I'm not here to tell you the definitions of all things. I'm going to tell you how actually you are going to use it in your content creation journey, right? Just now, you people might not have seen it. I created a 360-degree. How? I asked my son to create a video of me delivering this lecture from different angles, wherever I'm sitting. So he was taking not from one side, but actually he covered almost 270-degree, not 360-degree, but he has taken multiple pictures from different angles, taking me into the session. So I created a 360-degree view of my content. So this is a content which I'm delivering, right? This is my user wants to see what I'm doing. So I'm doing a masterclass, right? I'm doing a masterclass, and now I'm creating a 360-degree view of me doing this masterclass. That becomes a 360-degree content. Making sense? So let's say you are in your home, you are doing certain things on your computer. Ask somebody to create a video from different angles, or tell your mother, brother, sister, father, whoever it is, friend, to create a video from different angles, right? A short video. It should not be long video, so that the user is engaging more with that, right? Make sense? That very
In
few
some
of
of
us
the
are doing.
movies in the earlier times also, they would have a shot the song sequence from different angles. That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah, similar to that. Yes, we engage with that now. We love that. Correct. Similarly, your user wants to see as a 360-degree view what you are doing. Correct. So that becomes a 360-degree. Making sense? Is it okay? You'll be doing it? Okay, good. Welcome, Aisha. I could see just now. How many of you know about virtual reality? Virtual reality, how many of you know? Virtual reality. You must have seen the VR boxes. People are talking about the VR boxes. That is the simplest example of a VR thing, right? So how are you going to use that, and how you are going to use this in your content? The best part is virtual reality. Everybody can go and research about it. Correct? The definition you can get it. So what I'm here for is to tell you how you are going to use virtual reality in terms of creating your content. Again, that needs a software, a hardware, and an interface. Virtual reality is not going to be easier for anybody. We need to invest in that, correct? Because this is entirely a computer generated content. Virtual reality is an entirely computer generated content, right? For that, you need to have a software, you need to have a hardware, and as I said, you need to have an interface. This is not going to be easy. People have started using it, The peak is yet to come, but this is what the future of content is. At places, people are using it. You go to the, places like, what do you say? Gaming stations and I don't know what to I tell you. There is a sports brand which does that. No, I'm missing that name. But anyway, so virtual reality is about creating a computer generated experience of your product or your content for your audience, right? So as I said, it's a computer generated environment that user can interact through a headset. As I said, there would be a gear required for that, correct? So in simple, I'll just give you an example of a VRB. We call it virtual reality box, which people normally use in their eyes and they see something, right? So that is the best example. But here, in context of our content creation as a coach or a service provider, now we need to invest into this. This is going to be the future. Maybe tomorrow there would be devices which would be cheaper. Today, it's not that cheap. People who can afford, they are definitely affording it to create this kind of a content. But otherwise, this is going to be one of the major component because people want to feel that. And I gave you the example of gaming zones. You go, you drive a car, keeping inside the screen in front of you, and you definitely must have experience all those things. Am I right? Is it clear? Virtual reality is clear. I'm not going deep into the technical part of it. I'm only said that you need to be understanding that this is going to be the future. There would be a software required, there would be a hardware required, and there would be a gear required. There would be an interface, which I'm talking about a gear, to create a virtual reality content for your services or product, right? That is one. Clear? Now, coming to the augmented reality. How many of you know about augmented reality? I'll give you an example of this augmented reality as well. Right. So what happens in the augmented reality? Again, this is a mixture of some tools, virtual objects, and giving you a physical environment. I'll give you an example of this. That would be, making it clear. Have you been into 7D or 9D theater or a 4D theater? Right? What happens? Let's say, I'll give you an example. Normally, there is a ride, right? There is a cart on which you are tightened, correct? And then, yeah, Pokemon Go, exactly. Right, Logesh. So what happens is when you go there, there is a screen and you saw there is a ride slides going on. You splash in the water. The moment you cross the water, you get splashes of water coming on your body. So you feel that, right? If there are some, ups and downs, even your seats are designed in such a way that you get that, ups and downs feeling. So those kind of things comes under augmented reality. So this is actually a virtual world giving you a physical experience. In simple words, I'm telling you, I'm not going into the details of technical things. In simple words, this is a virtual thing giving you a real life physical experience, right? So that is again going to be a part of future content creation. Now,
Samsung had come out with an advertisement like that.
Yes. There are a lot of things are coming up. Right. Good that you shared about Samsung. I was not knowing, but anyway, there would be things coming up again and again. So these are the
I
things.
I may have a video which if I find it, I'll share it with you.
Yeah, sure, no issues.
Yeah, please.
So
Yeah.
this is what I'm talking about, the immersive technologies and content, which is 360-degree. I explained you virtual reality and augmented reality. Right. Now, the next third is, as I have already discussed about it, the UGC and CLC, the user generated content and creator-led content, which is again reviews, testimonials, recommendations, shout-outs, live interviews, and blogs, online publishings, newsletters, podcasting, YouTubes, everything comes under that. These are the things which are going ahead in the future, right? I've already covered, so I'm not going to spend much time on this. Now, some additional areas of future content creation is what? Multimedia storytelling, gamification, and participatory filmmaking and community empowerment. Am I okay? Is everybody okay? Is it going beyond or it's okay? I put lots of content, so I wanted to make sure that things are, intact. You people are enjoying it, right?
Yeah,
All of
because we are enjoying it. I feel, I mean, more new things are coming through
Yes.
your content. I'm
Correct.
learning, but yes, it's bit heavy, I feel. But
Yeah,
it's okay. It's okay. Not
yeah.
an issue.
So that is why I've not put any, activity here. I just wanted to tell you the fact, and my topic also says the content of future creation. Now, when I'll tell you, I cannot tell you to create a, 360-degree content right away. You need to take time for that, right? You need to have tools and gadgets for that. Similar goes with VR and AR. But the experience-based learning, the experience-based content which I'm talking about, that is the one thing where you need to start from, right? Okay. Let's move ahead. So multimedia story telling, gamification and participatory. I'll be explaining it right away. So let's go to the first part, which is multimedia story, which is very easy. You know multimedia, what does it mean? Video, audio, images, and stories. So your stories should be imbibed with some videos, audios, captions, subtitles, images, graphics. That becomes an entire multimedia content for your social media, right? So as a definition, if I talk about, this is a narrative content that uses videos, images, audios. I've already written it here to tell a story. So what are you going to do? You are going to tell a story, and you are going to include all these components, which is video, audio. Obviously, video without audio is making no sense. Images, and then other, as I said, subtitles or something which makes your content more, engaging with your audience, right? Making sense? Multimedia storying is not new. Everybody knows about it. Let's talk about gamification, which is maybe a new thing again for you. People are creating content. So what do you mean by gamification? Let me put it in a different way. Have you been to any loyalty programs of any of the companies, whether it is credit card? Yes. Yeah. Hello.
रिलायंस गुड इवनिंग सर गुड इवनिंग सर
Evening.
सर वो रिलायंस का कूपन होता है वंस यू डू तो वो अगेन फर्दर आपको लूप में डालते हैं वो जो रहता है कि वो 2-3 मंथ में ही तो अगेन दैट मींस यू हैव टू कम अगेन इन 2 months अदरवाइज दैट विल गेट लैप्स सो
Correct. So gamification is again a part of your content which is going to get added in the future. So what you have to do, let's say if somebody is creating a content and they want more engagement on the content, so what they'll do, they'll say, okay, now if you do this, I'll give you 10 points for this, right? Post it on the social media, I'll give you 10 points. Once you accumulate, let's say 50 points, I'll give you, let's say 5% of additional discount, right? On my original product price. So that becomes a part of gamification of your content. So what will happen to get, better discounts or you get something better out of whatever you are doing, your content, the person who is creating a content will be having more engagements. Am I right? So now you have to be creative enough to create those kind of a contents. Not easy again. You need to be having an audience for that. You need to having, messaging, a proper messaging to talk about it. And people should be clear that once we do it, what are they going to get? So that becomes a part of your gamification of your content. Okay, done. So I've just given an example of scoring points, leveling up and earning virtual currency. So you do something, you get a point, you are recognized with something by earning that particular point level, and then you can use that points in terms of utilizing it to buy a product or get some special discount or get something else as well. So that is in short a process of turning any process into a game. So your content is now converting into a game. People are loving it as a game. People are playing with it. So the more people will play, the more engagement will come, right? The more engagement will come, your purpose is solved. More people are seeing your content and your algorithm is also going to push it more and more to other people as well. Making sense? Yes, Kirti, tell me.
सर अगर इसी चीज को गेम बनाना है कि लाइक अगर कुछ लोग अच्छे से
Kirti, please talk in English because we have some guests here who don't understand Hindi. Yeah.
Sir, so suppose if we want to, using the same principle, if I want to give, say, I want to make few diet chart free of cost for some people.
Mhm.
And as you said, I can ask them, you have to post this post into your Facebook page or this, that.
Mhm.
How can I do that? Can you give a little example? That would
Yeah,
give
as simple.
clarity.
That is what I said. Let's say you create a post saying that, hey, I'm going to start something new. This is a post or this is the template which I want you to share on your social media profile by tagging me. And people who are tagging me at one platform, let's say you're tagging me on Facebook, I'll give you 10 points. If you're tagging me at 3 different platforms, so 10 platforms each, so you get 30 points. Similarly, tomorrow again you are doing it, you get another 30 points. If you do it for, let's say, 5 days, you gather 150 points, right? So once you reach 150 points, now I'm going to give this diet chat for free. Or maybe if you are charging something, you reduce that price by some percent that I'll be giving you as a special discount because you have already done this. So now it becomes a game, but keeping a track of it is not easy. Mind it, you have to have a system, proper system in place. Otherwise, let's say 10 people are doing. And if you're not aware how much, then people will start getting into the distress mode, saying that I did everything, but I didn't get anything. So next time it will backfire you. Right? Got your answer, Dr. Kriti? Yeah. Good.
Using some automated tool or system in place is very, very important, right?
Yes, yes, you have to have. Yes, Lokesh. Tell me, Lokesh.
So, Anup, what I was about to hear is like we can gamify things, but what happens sometimes is it will take me to audience like who am I who I don't want to work with. I don't want general people to work with me. I have a selective group of people who I want to work with. But when I do these things, algorithm will push it. I definitely know it pushes to everyone. But I get more other people who I consider as like not my audience. When that increases and it becomes a more of a headache, like where you have to selectively pick people and it again takes energy, right? You'll be responding to them and everything. We need only like even if there are some 50 people engaging in my program, I want it to be my ideal audience. But I want to gamify the same thing and also share it with only my ideal audience, like almost my ideal audience. At least 80% would do. Is there anything like that?
Sure. Why not? You can do some filtration, na? You can put that this is only for those people who come under this bracket, doing this, doing this, doing this. 3 criteria. You put some criteria, some filters, so that you don't get those kind of people who are not your target audience. As simple.
Yeah. Okay. Will it not be considered as too salesy or something?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. See, you need to have something going on.
Yeah.
Don't stop yourself. Try doing it. Let's see the response. If you feel, I don't think people will be considering this as salesy. See, if you go to petrol pumps, there are people coming and asking for your mobile numbers. Don't they see that this is something salesy? And next, the moment you give your numbers, in the evening you'll get a call, sir, we have arranged a party for you. Come with your wife. Have you seen? Have you heard about it?
No. I have not experienced it, but it's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is salesy, but here we are not saying anything, na? We are only saying that this is what I want. This is what my audience want. So for my audience, if you are doing this, so you are putting a filter and then asking them to do it.
Yeah, sure.
And on this platform, we have to be ready. We cannot have 100% audience of our choices. Number one, for that, what we have to do is on our profile, we have to keep only our target audience. Number one, that is again not easy, but you have to keep on filtering your audience on your profile. Second, you need to keep on some filter, as I said, to get into this gamification mode.
Yeah.
These are the two things.
And so I have something there is an app called ManyChat. You can automate these stuffs. I have done it so much and I have gained a lot from it. But the only thing is I did not filter my audience so that I'm not able to sell anything in there. So my monetary thing, even though I have a 102K audience in my Instagram, but I'm not able to sell because it is not reaching my ideal audience.
Correct. So what you need to do is you need to start filtering it out again. People who don't fit into your ideal audience, please remove them and add your target audience. Get into other people, start talking to them. get into some groups and invite people to your Instagram profile. Who are your target audience? Right?
You're asking me right now?
No, not right now.
Yeah.
I'm just advising you. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I
I'm
get it.
advising you need to have filtered people on your profile who are your actually matching to your target audience portfolio. The customer avatar, we call it. At least 80%
Yeah, I
of
do. Yeah,
should be there,
ACP.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have started a whole new account because it is too much of work from filtering it's lags. So I just started a new account. It's my advice if you're doing it, don't do it have some filtering process, yes, upfront, so that you will not be suffering like me, though I have audience here. Thanks.
Okay.
Don't
Alokji,
have brew
I have a
coffee, have
question.
filter coffee.
Yeah.
Mr. Logesh told that he is preparing a new account, new Facebook account, right? So I think there are some advantage for old account. I mean, normally I filtered my friend list and I remove all my family and friends from there. So my account is around, I have opened 2008. So I think there are some advantages in that account, even for organic marketing as well as paid ad also.
So we'll discuss it later on. Let me finish
Okay,
it, right?
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
definitely.
discussions will
Not
keep
an
on
issue.
going.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so gamification we were talking about, and we understood how gamification can change the way we are creating content for future, right? Okay, now the third part is participatory filmmaking and community empowerment. So when I say participatory filmmaking, I'm not telling you to shoot movies. What I'm telling you to shoot shoot others, right? Let's say somebody is doing something, and if you can shoot videos of somebody talking about, okay, hey, I was meeting with somebody and now here it is. So when you are shooting videos of others, or you are telling yourself to be shooted by others, let's say you are doing something and you are shot in that video, that becomes a participatory filmmaking, right? And you two people are there and there is a third person who is shooting both of you doing something together. So I'm trying to make it simpler for you, to make it understandable that participatory filmmaking is something which you can do without any efforts. Everybody has mobile in their hands nowadays. Don't have to hire a professional photographer in this initial stages. Later on, definitely you can do. And see, things are happening. I'll tell you, when somebody is doing a podcast show, what is happening? You see, there are two people sitting on two sofas. There are two mics, right? And there is a camera which is shooting the entire show. Correct? So that is what is mean by when I'm saying this is a participatory filmmaking. Now, since those people could have afforded plan, so that comes under the third category, which is video shoot from a third party. The two people are talking. But if that is not possible, you can shoot others. You can tell somebody to shoot you and then post it as a content. That becomes a participatory filmmaking. And is it okay? Is it clear? Right? So I think you people must have seen this content somewhere or other, but relating it would not be easier unless and until you know what people are doing. So I'm trying to relate those things. You definitely must be seeing all these contents, different kind of things on the social media, right? As a form of content. But here, now try to relate with that. Sometimes you might have seen this. I could relate to it, right? Yeah. So that shooting is definitely not through a gun. Yeah, correct. Video podcast, exactly, Logesh. Right? So now moving ahead. Now I have some data to share with you. This is very important. As I said, I keep on doing lots of research. So this data I've taken from some research papers. So this is the usage of social media platform by US adults, which is from May 2022 to January 2023, right? So you can see Facebook, ranked the top here in terms of the platforms being used by audience of US adults I'm talking about, right? Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Pinterest, Snapchat, Reddit, LinkedIn, Twitch, Tumblr, and blah, blah, blah. So now there are questions which keeps on coming to me, like which platform to use and how to use. I am saying it. This is just one data which I have got from one of the research papers. Now, similar data can be obtained for different geographies, different set of audience. All these platforms are running better. Nothing to worry about it. There are audience on all the platforms. You just need to choose one or two platforms and you need to give your best. You cannot go and do all the things on all the platforms. Choose one or two which suits you the best. Maybe you can research something for some time going on different platforms and see where you get more engagement with your content. The better you find one platform, you start focusing on those two platforms or one platform and start doing it. Making sense? Right? Okay. Now I have some another data which talks about type of contents that generates the most engagement. Right? So we are in the now 2024. We are 2024. The short form videos are the best thing which are performing right, not only in this particular year, it is there since long. But as a part of the data, this is a recent survey which I got it from some resources, and this is what it shows. It says that short form video contents are the best propagating content in the social media. Then comes the long form videos, interview, podcast, live videos, meme, user generated content, and others. Right? But every content is doing now. It is a function of the user, what your audience wants. Right? This is in general a holistic view of the data which
One
is
minute, Alok. Exactly, short form video content क्या होता है?
reels, which is less than a minute or a minute, right?
Okay.
YouTube shorts, देखो, today we have
वो
all the
shorts जो बोलते हैं, Instagram
Yeah.
shorts and
YouTube it is called shorts. Instagram it is called reels. Facebook it is called reels.
Reels.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, reels.
Okay.
Correct.
Got it.
So these are the shortest form of videos I would say that can have a duration of 15 seconds to even less than 15. I have seen people creating content even less than 6 seconds, 7 seconds, and they are getting lots of traction. I don't know what is there, but people do make that kind of a videos and they get more interactions.
नहीं, बोलते कुछ है, दिखाने वाले भी कुछ ही है.
Again, that's a creativity. There is the creativity, liberty is there for everyone. But these short form videos are the best thing which, and what I'll suggest you, go for this short form contents and the little bigger form of contents, again in form of videos, which is around 3 to 4 minutes, not more than that. Longer form is, again, longer form can be 1 hour, even 2 hours even, but nobody is going to give you that kind of a time. But a video which is 3-4 minutes is more, engaging, ideal to get consumed by your audience, right? Then interview and podcast, expert talk shows. These are people who talk because they are actually experts. So whenever you are doing some interviews or podcast with some expert, you welcome the audience of that particular influencer as well. So your content also gets propagated more and more, right? Then comes live video, memes, UGC and others, right? Okay. Let's move to the type of text-based content which is getting the most engagement. Still today, I told you how to is most searched on YouTube. But when it is about creating your content on social media, you have to create how I did it. Mind it. I've already talked about it. You don't have to preach somebody that how to do that. You say how I did that. Then listicles, you understand? List of things to be done. Let's say 5 ways to do this, 10 ways not to do this, 3 ways how I ruined myself, 4 ways to get highlighted in your community, something like that. So that comes under listicles. Current events, you can talk about any current event which is going on, some research reports, interviews, stories, and blah, blah, blah. So these are the types of text-based contents which are doing the best, right? And then, as I said, the user-generated content, which platform loves user-generated content the most? So Instagram ranks number 1 in that particular thing. Then comes YouTube. TikTok is not here in India, it's banned in India, but other places TikTok is doing pretty well. Then we have Facebook, LinkedIn, and X, which is Twitter, which was Twitter earlier, right? So these are a data. I'm just trying to give you an overview that you have a potential to do whatever you want on different social media channels, because every channel is doing something or the other. You just have to sync with that channel. We have to find your audience and then start creating content accordingly. Right? Okay. Now I wanted to show you some examples. Again, still I have not done that content in forms of 360 or that VR and AR, but I have done certain contents which has given me good interaction, good engagement on my handles. So I wanted to share that shortly, and I'll be running it through faster. I wanted to show you some of the examples. See, I'll be just showing you some of the posts which I have done, and you see, I have already mentioned here, this one post got 174 comments and around 60, reactions. I'll just be running through. Then I'll be talking about this particular thing, got 61 comments. I have put a variety. This is a long form post where I got 71 comments and around 65, reactions. 31 comments, around 75 reactions. And you just keep an eye on different kinds of content which I'm putting. Again, this is a raw content. And this is a raw content. I was in a party doing something. I took this photo. There is nothing which I polished in this content. Only I put this text over here, right? This kind of a content. There is a video, some photographs, 38 comments, 74, 75 reactions, 26 comments, 20 comments. These are again all raw pictures I'm putting. 31 comments, 34 comments. This is Diwali photograph, which I have. I did my Diwali puja in my own office. And on this digital platform, when pandemic started, people have become coaches. They are doing most of the things from their house. Since I have an office, why don't I show it raw, right? So this is my photograph where I celebrated Diwali. So this is again a raw content. And see, 34 comments, around 90 reactions, 37 comments, few reactions, my results. Now I'm talking about some user generated content. One of my clients sent me that this is what I did. I closed another deal today. So I created a post out of it. So that is a part of UGC, user generated content. Mind it. I'm relating it with what I have already told you to do. This is about my own vulnerability. Main hoon na, 26 comments something. I talked about myself, why I was given a title of Main hoon na, right? Then 69 comments. I did some masterclass on AI and around 27, 28 reactions. One of my clients, testimonial, I would say, converted one client, got a token amount, 56 comments. So again, these are raw. Can you see the screenshots? These are all raw. I've not polished even. Correct? Another testimonial. My client sent me a text saying that, just wanted to let you know that I closed another client from India. She opted to make the payment in 2 installments, already paid the first. And thanks, Alok, for your help and support. 38 comments, some 30 odds, reactions. Again, raw content. Similarly, a raw content, right? 31 comments. I said I'll do it. Again, I'm showing my experience here. Yes, Devik, I'll take your questions. Give me 1 minute. Again, somebody talked about me and I put that screenshot in a different frame. 37 comments, 45 comments, 55 comments, 52 comments. Again, I'm showing some results of my audience. It becomes a part of my testimonials. You can see 52 comments. So 97 comments here and more than 50 reactions. Somebody joined my program. I invited, I welcomed her, 56 comments. So I'm putting a variety. Again, a success story, which I mentioned, 32 comments, some 30 odd reactions. How I was awarded with my achievements, 42 comments, 2 shares, and some 66 odd reactions. 41 comments. Again, my client success stories, right? 72 comments. This is again a vulnerable post which I did. How I recently I cried like it was all over in my life. And this is where I'm showing my vulnerable part of my life when I had something in my mind and I was feeling. So you see the variety which I've already put in. This is 221 comments, around 95 reactions. Correct? So these are all real things which already I have done, and these are all on my profile. You can go and check it out. Okay, moving ahead. Before that, I wanted to take a question from Debika. Yes, Debika.
Yes. Hi, Alokji. Yeah, this is Devika, and very good evening to all of you. So here my question on this topic, that this raw content, which you just shown here, this raw content, and you have got engagement, you have got so much comments and likes. So my experience in it, that when I am showing some real photographs, real engagement, or this raw events of my in my content. So I also got these so much comments and likes, but these all comments and likes from our similar, like they are not actually our targeted audience. So I got it means maybe I'm a business coach, maybe, but I'm not business coach. I'm actually financial advisor, financial coach, money management coach, whatever. So this is the same profile. Suppose if someone is life coach or someone is like business coach. So this similar category, the comment and likes. So that is what I got from one similar category of coaches, my other coaches, like who supports me and in my journey, and my seniors coaches, or someone in the same category. Means they are not my targeted audience, but I got.
Yeah. So what's your question? What's your question?
Yeah. So this is my question, that instead of I am getting the comments and the likes and likes of many people, but the likes and comment, they are not my targeted audience, right? And they and me maybe in same pedestal, or maybe they are maybe my supporter or my colleague, or like that.
So you want your content to reach to your right audience, which is not happening. This is what I understood, right?
Exactly.
So the problem lies here. Number one is, first of all, clarifying what niche you want to work with. I don't know what your profile says, what your banner says. That is one thing which you need to take care of. Number one. Number two, again, you need to filter it out. You need to filter out your audience. Let's say, how many people are there on your profile? Facebook profile.
In friend list, there are around between 650 to 750 people, and in followers it maybe 3.5K or more than that.
Correct. So now what you need to do is you need to go and check if those people, whether 600 people who are into your friend list, are they your actual fitting into your target audience? If not, you need to remove them, right? And you need to keep on adding the target audience from different, there are sources where you can do that, right? Similarly, in the follower list, because algorithm, what does it? The more it sees people, let's say you are into financial coaching and there are a lot of coaches on your profile. So algorithm also picks up other coaches and will show you, and will, it will send the content to those people who are similar in your portfolio. So
exactly.
The ground mistake is you need to clear. I tell it like, and refreshing your friend list all the time. Keep on refreshing it all the time, so that only the right target audience is there and your content reaches the right people. Otherwise, there is no point, talking to somebody or showing your content to somebody who is not your audience, right? So what next time you need to do is go to your profile, check out the portfolios of people who are already in your friend list. If they don't fit into, just unfollow them and unfriend them.
But as a financial coach, means actually previously when I started my coaching journey, that time I was misguided by one of the coach, and I chose my niche as a business coach. That is frankly speaking. And that time I put myself as a business coach. And after that, I question myself, okay, this is not my exactly niche, and I become what actually I want to do. This financial coach, and as well as a life coach, like life and financial coach. So there are so many business coaches. There are so many funnel, who are creating the funnels, and as I'm always judge their profile and go through their profile and then only accept the friend request. But also what I got that the people who are congratulate me, who are actually giving me into, they all are, maybe they are in the same field, means there's some are business coaches, some is of their the same field, or we are in same pedestal, or they are in 1-2 step higher than me and all.
Yeah.
So as a financial coach, everyone needs the financial planning in their life. Everyone needs the financial planning, proper investment planning and all. So to whom I should, because general people to standardized people to entertainer, everyone needs the financial planning, proper investment planning on all. So who can I
Devika, I'll
like
tell you.
things
I'll tell
like
you. I'll tell you.
remove and all?
Yeah, I'll tell you. You were thinking of, understanding that everybody is your customer. That is the first mistake you are doing, right? So what you have to do, yes, exactly. You need to niche down what are the people who you want to work with. Let's say, since you are into financial coaching, let's say you can target, only the C class executives, the CEOs, VPs, presidents, right? Those kind of people. Or you can target the entrepreneurs, right? Or so you need to niche down to one particular set of audience where you start building that kind of audience on your profile. So first of all, defining your audience is pretty much critical. As of now, what I understood from your statements that you think that everybody is your customer, which is not the case, right? You have to have a particular set of audience for which you are working. If you define that audience, now next step is to search those audience and get connected to those people so that your content is now visible to those kind of people. And even algorithm helps you to reach to those people because you already have that kind of people on your profile, right? So the step 1, step 2, and then you start creating content, then it will reach to the right audience. They'll start talking to you, and then they'll be converting you as a paid customer. Make sense?
Okay, got it. Means first, maybe I try to target the salaried people because they mostly needed this all kinds of investment and like maybe I'm targeting. So I need first need to search all this, but this thing. But in my profile, there are most of all field of coaches and coaches community. All are coaches. So
they are targeting you actually. You are a target audience for them. That's why they are accepting your request, and you are without knowing, actually unknowingly, you are accepting them, understanding and assuming that they might be your customer, although they are not. Okay. Right. So you got the point, right?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
So moving ahead, let's understand the way forward. And the way forward, actually, I wanted to tell you that I have to offer you something, and that offer is nothing. I'm not asking you for any money. We have almost spent 1 hour, 45 minutes approximately here. I have something to offer, and the offer, I'll tell you up front. If you find that this session was valuable, and as a business coach, I can help you in future, you can just book a call with me so that I can understand your business well, like how Devika discussed her business. But here I cannot talk about everybody's business on this platform. It will take longer period of time. So if you want your business to get discussed with me, I'll be happy to help you by going on a call with you, understanding your business, and then we can see whether we are fit for each other or not. Definitely that call will give you more value. If you are stuck at some place, definitely you'll be going ahead in the future. Once you come on a call, I'll be giving you the right guidance to move ahead. And what Devika is facing is one of those challenges which most of the coaches are facing if they are not guided by a right coach, I would say, a right mentor, right? So this is what I wanted to show, that I had an offer, and that offer is only for people who are interested to understand that these sessions can give them a bulb on moment. And I wanted to tell you that I have a world's first unique coaching system by the name of 2020. I don't know how many of you know about 2020 coaching program, but this is a unique coaching system where I do coaching on 2 sides actually. One is my one-on-one hand-holding, which I do on a weekly basis, and I do have a group coaching session. So I combine my one-on-one coaching along with the group coaching. Otherwise, if you talk about this coaching industry, either people are doing group coaching or people are doing one-on-one coaching, right? But here I have combined both the worlds together to give you the best of the results. And I have a few of my paid people here. If somebody wants to share anything, I have not invited, but definitely there are people who are already from my paid community. If anybody wants to share, just a minute, because we are losing on time. If anybody wants to share anything, please let me know. I'll be asking you to go ahead. Venkat, Shahar, we have Rahul. Who else? Yeah, we have 3 people from my paid community. Want to say something?
Yeah, Shahar can speak. Shahar wants to speak.
Anyone?
Sir, I want to speak, but I can't speak in English.
So you want to speak in Hindi?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please carry on. Sorry, Logesh, maybe Shahar is not comfortable. Yeah, okay. And go ahead, Shahar.
ये सर मुझे जो है वो एक महीना तकरीबन महीना भी अभी पूरा नहीं हुआ तो मैंने ज्वाइन किया है आपकी कम्युनिटी को तो अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह उसके बाद मुझे बहुत सारा फर्क फील हुआ है और मेरा कंटेंट बहुत अच्छा हो गया है और जो है मेरी राइट ऑडियंस जो है ना जैसे अभी दीपिका कह रही थी ना तो मैं पहले दूसरों की टारगेट ऑडियंस बनी हुई थी और सारे कोचेज ही थे मेरे पास तो अब मुझे मेरी राइट ऑडियंस मिल गई है और मेरी एक कॉल हो चुकी है और एक कॉल मेरी अब है बुक हो चुकी है और चैट मेरी शुरू होगी मेरी अपनी ऑडियंस के साथ तो अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह मुझे तो बहुत फर्क फील हुआ है
Thank you so much,
sir.
Thank you, Shahar. See, Shahar is one of the latest. She has been with us for not even a month. Ek mahina. It's almost a month now, where she has, and it has changed the entire game for her business. She has been trying for 1 year, last 1 year, but this 1 month versus that 1 year, she has seen the difference. Okay, so thank you, Shahar, for sharing that thing with us. Good. Venkat, you want to share something?
Yeah. Now working on the 2020 system, there is also a learning management system, which, you can do it yourself system also. Mr. Alok has introduced there, so that it can be paced at your own speed, at your own way that you want to go about. As and whenever you require him, he's available 24/7. That's the beauty of it. I find it very difficult to find coaches who are available 24/7. I don't know how he manages to do it. Either he has got some additional extra strength from somewhere. He's like the Modi of our team. 24/7 is available. And this, especially the weekly calls, Tuesdays and Fridays, I sometimes miss out on it because of my own training commitments. But those calls, you have certain questions, some clarifications. You have the whole set of people answering questions for you. There are other people who have already cracked their deals, done something, so you can ask them. So it's like a family talking, and it's wonderful. It's like a get together or virtual get together. It may not be 360-degree, it is only 90-degree, but it is wonderful.
Thank you so much, Venkat. I'll be adding more to it once I have. Rahul, you want to say something in short?
Yes. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good evening, friends. I am being connected with Alok from last August onwards, and I have started my content marketing from September. I think August I just gone through all the training parts, and from 1st of September I started posting my contents, and I have got full clarity on what I was supposed to do, because earlier I had many coaches and many courses I have done, but there was nothing clarity in terms of what need to do at the starting point, because the trust part was missing, the content part was missing, and the audience building part was missing, and the vulnerability is missing. Many things were missing, even though I was supposed to start my course in the month of, I think, August, before August. But once I joined Alok, then I understood exactly what is the course mean, the coach's job means. Then finally, I have started following the way Alok was guiding us. Now, finally, I am onboarded, and very soon I'll be getting my clients through paid and organic both. And thank you, Alok, for everything, for making me transformation. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So guys, I wanted to tell you today only I had announced another thing, which is now I'll be forcing my people to sit in front of me and work on the same call. So that is an additional thing which I've included, that you don't need to just listen to me and then forget about it. I'll make you sit in front of me and I'll tell you to do it and show me it right away, like a school teacher does. I don't know how many people would be comfortable doing it, but this is what I thought I'll be doing for my people if I'm listening that kind of a time. Somebody, what happens is whenever you are on a call, right, you listen all those things, but when it, there is a time when you, hand holding is one part of it, and I'm making you work on the spot, because if something is uncomfortable, you will not do it once you are off the call. So I started with this thing today with my group coaching customers, saying that I'll be making you work in front of me, opening the Zoom call, opening the camera, and then doing work which is very difficult for you or which is making uncomfortable. But when you start doing things in your uncomfortable zone, the growth lies there only. Right. So that is another thing which I have included in my coaching. I want to spend that kind of a quality time with you, that if you are doing something and if you are, stuck somewhere, I'm there, right there on the call itself to tell you, now you need to do this. Right. Thank you, Sumaira. That's okay. So this is what I have done. And my endeavor is to make things best for you. So this is something which I do for my paid customers, to live weekly mentorship. Then I give you a 6-figure business building layout inside my learning portal. I give you access to the business infrastructure, the SOPs, templates, KPI tracker. I have an organic sales funnel, high ticket sales framework, chat encyclopedia, access to the community, private communities, and replays of the training. These all the things are included in my paid program, which I'm not offering you. I'm just telling you these are the features of my coaching. And I have lots of testimonials to show, which I can keep on showing, that won't, exhaust, I would say. Lots of text testimonials, lots of video testimonials I have. But the only point is to tell you that if you find, we have spent almost 2 hours together today after a gap of around 15 days. So if you find that these things, there are a lot of video testimonials, I'm not going to run it. It will take a lot of time, right? So I just wanted to tell you that if you are okay and you understand that I can be helpful anyways in terms of taking your business ahead. So that is what I've said. I have more than 50 video testimonials. I have more than 100 text testimonials. You just need to, do things. And if you are interested, you can take help of me. So now I'll be just summarizing these things which we have already done about the content. So anybody who is okay, who is willing to book a call with me, please do reach out to me. I'll be sharing a link to book a call in the group. You can book a call. You can reach out to me if your time doesn't suit, because the slots are very limited, because the already going things are in place. So maybe in a day you will be getting 1 or 2 slots only. That too, I'm not sure. So if you're ready to understand what you need to do in your business to take it further, please do book a call, which is not, I'm not charging any money for that call. There is only a feasibility call, I call it, where me and you will be understanding the businesses, and I'll see whether you fit in to the frequency, how I work, and you also see whether I'm the best fit for you to take your business ahead. That is the only purpose. So do let me know. Before I summarize this entire thing, let me take it to this. So as I said, creating raw contents, be genuine, be honest, be spontaneous. Don't hold yourself, try to make it perfect or polishing it, right? So when I say creating raw content, be genuine, be honest, be spontaneous, then putting this kind of an ingredients in your content is authenticity, trust, and vulnerability. I've already discussed all this. I'm just summarizing it. Then position yourself as an expert, show your results if you have. If you don't have, say that I'm a beginner, I'll be putting my 200% effort to give you as my first customer. Show clients result if you have any, or you can create some client results by working with them for free testimonials. That is one way of creating testimonials, right? And then put it on the social media. Then show the real you. When I say show the real you with BTS, BTS is behind the scene. What you do behind the scene means what you do when you don't work. Let's say you are enjoying with the family, you are traveling, you are singing, dancing, cooking, whatever it is. Please show that in a decent way to your audience, because your audience want to know that what you like, what you what matters you the most. This is where you create an ethical bond with your audience, right? There has to be an ethical bond. If somebody is not ethically bonded to you, people are not going to interact with you. Mind it, right? That's it. So summarizing the entire masterclass today, what you need to do is research well before creating a content, what's going on, what is required by your audience. Create with lived experience. I've already talked about it. And repurpose your content to different social media or in the different formats. Let's say text is one, video is one, short form video. Let's say you are creating a long form video. Create out of that video, you can create a short form video as well. You don't need to create another short form video. So repurpose those same content for multiple, things, right? That's it. We have already taken Q&A, but if you want to ask any question, please do let me know. And before you leave, I wanted to have feedback from you. And any questions are most welcome. So should I put the link to the feedback form so that I know if you have liked this entire session, and if I need to improve on anywhere, definitely I'll be doing that. Right? So I'll be putting this link in this chat. Many people have already left, but anyway. I'll be putting this and I'll be requesting all of you to just go through it. It will take hardly less than a minute to fill in. I've just put this link in the chat. Just click on the chat, fill in, and it will give me an idea of how you, felt about this event. How many of you liked it? I don't know. You can tell me if it was worth spending your time here. Melvin ji, you did not speak throughout the event. If you want to say something, it will be great. You're muted. You were muted. Okay. Unka disconnect ho gaya, I think. Disconnected. Anyway. Thank you so much, Dr. Kirti. Thanks for your feedback. You want to say something? You are a multi-dimensional person. You do multitasking all the time. You are talking tables right now. I could see that.
मैं मदर इन लोग को बताई, मैं बोली आलोक से बात करी, तो कौन सा आलोक? यू आलोक. Everybody, मम्मी जी मुझे सब्जी बनाओ. Sir, I too have my bosses.
Yeah, obviously. I appreciate that. Good. Thank you so much. So if you all have done it, that would be nice. And anybody wants to book a call, definitely you are most welcome. You can reach out to me at any point of time. I'm always there. And I'll be sharing the link to book a call if you want. That is already there. Or separately also.
ये जो आपका कॉल था, if it is recorded, can we see the link? मेरा initial part miss हो गया था.
Okay. I'll be sharing that. I'm recording this call. I'll be sharing with you. Nice. That I'll do. Okay, so I'm putting this link to book the call as well. If anybody wants, you are most welcome to book the call. I'll be happy to get into your business and understand where you are lagging, and I can definitely help you. So the call booking link is also there, or the group is already active. You can ask. I'll put these links in the group as well if you want to book a call anytime. So I'd be loving to do that. So we are exactly 2 hours. It's 8:30. We started at 6:30 and it's 8:30. I hope I have done justice to the time which I've already spent with you. Anybody who wants to share anything out of, yes, Melvin J is back. Melvin J, if you want to share something, please do that. You got disconnected while you were about to speak. Yeah, please unmute. Please unmute. Yeah.
Okay. Actually, I just tried to switch on the mic, but something went wrong and it got disconnected.
No issues.
Okay. I'm still trying to figure out how all this will actually work for me. Like, see, I'm a professional musician, and I also take tuitions, and my main point is performance.
Yeah.
So when you talked about getting the target audience on Facebook and on the social media, Like for me, most of the audience is always a target audience because almost everyone has parties, that's what I do. So I just still trying to get how all this can actually help me, because it's not more of a coach. My main thing is like performances. So
That's
I
okay.
earn on that.
No, I
So
got it.
that is the reason why I was quiet most of the time. I'm just trying to get how it is going to help me.
I'll tell you. As you said that most of the people are doing parties, that's fine. But now you need to gather some data to see which area people are spending more money on which kind of a party and what is the target audience. Let's say there would be professionals, let's say middle management or senior management and above, who are earning good amount of money and they'll be making and spending more money on the parties.
Yes.
Right? Rather than going to a, let's say, school teacher. I'm just giving an example.
I understand.
Right. So it depends on what kind of a bracket people have in terms of their spending behavior, spending power, and their liking and disliking as well. Let's say I may be earning good amount of money and I also love music and all, but I'm not into parties. This is what I am. So you need to understand your client's psychology, demographics, psychographics in order to reach to these people.
No.
Right.
So I got to filter out my clients, that way.
Niching down to a particular set of audience. Let's say you say that I only want to work with people who are VPs and senior level executives, because they definitely would be having good amount of money to spend. Let's say it is a birthday party or it is an anniversary party or something like that. Or if it is a friend get together of friends, right? So unless and until you define one audience, you cannot reach to them. So defining is crucial, then reaching out to them is crucial, then creating content for them is the third step. Then they'll start talking with you.
Okay.
Right. Otherwise, if you're trying to create content for everyone, you're not actually creating for anyone, because everybody has their own set of desires and needs. So you need to get into their minds. That is where niching down helps. Right.
So basically, it's going to take a very long time for me to actually filter out that way. So
no, if you want to do it, you can do it in a day or two on a faster mode. You can do it in a day or two. You sit with yourself, you see where you think your audience has come till now, whatever audience you have worked with, right? Try to figure it out, try to analyze the data, that what kind of a people were they who invested in this kind of a parties where you come into play. The data will tell you something. Then do some research as well, and then combine the data which you have and the research data which you gather from internet, and then see which is the right kind of a target audience for you, who are investing money in parties and enjoying with music personalities like you, kind of.
Okay. I got it. Yeah, I got that.
Thank you so much. Have I answered?
One suggestion here, Balvinji, it could be of what genre of music you're playing. So, okay, according to that, also the audience will have to be niched.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct. Rightly said, Venkat. Like, I don't know, because when he said parties, automatically it came into mind that classical music is definitely not going to work in parties nowadays. Right.
Again, there is a set of people who would like old music, set of people who would like new music, disco party, वो अलग अलग होते हैं ना, महफिल अलग होता है, गजल अलग होता है, ये होता है. So accordingly, what do you play and which type of crowd will go for your type of music? They'll be ready to pay.
Exactly. So do some research on your part. I think that will help you understanding your customers. Once you decide and understand your customers, then you start talking in their language, right? Let's say if you have more number of people who have invested money on music in their birthday parties of their kids, right? So talk in terms of celebrations of the kids and the pleasure which they'll be getting out of that kind of a party where kids would be enjoying. There would be lots of noises, children shouting, playing, kind of. So you create that kind of a content when you understand that my audience is this, right?
Yeah, sure.
In that way, I'm just give you an example, right?
Got it.
Okay, good. Dr. Kirti, what are you saying? Creating a memorable event with music. Yeah, nice. What's that? You can share.
Yes, sir. So I'm also मैं memory trainer भी हूँ.
Okay.
Although I don't do this. तो सर क्या होता है, कोई भी जो चीज होती है अगर उसके साथ हम मेमोरी का एक ट्रिगर लगा देते हैं तो वो याद रहता है. जैसे कि हमने खाना तो कई जगह कई बड़े बड़े रेस्टोरेंट में खाया, लेकिन वो जो मेरे पसंद का म्यूजिक वो गा रहा था, मैं खाना छोड़ के चली गई थी म्यूजिक सुनने, और हस्बैंड ने पूछा तुम बच्चे संभालो, तो वो डे की मेमोरी हो गई. और इसी तरह सर क्या होता है कि हम लोग ना मेमोरी क्रिएट कर सकते हैं, इसको बोलते हैं मेमोरी स्विचेस. मेमोरी स्विचेस कुड बी स्मेल, इट कुड बी टच, इट कुड बी अ थिंग. तो ये म्यूजिक होने से एक मेमोरी हो गई. किंतु जैसे कि बच्चों का बर्थडे तो होता ही रहता है, कौन सी बड़ी बात है, सब बच्चों को होता है. लेकिन उसमें क्या डिफरेंट था, जैसे कि एक बच्चे के स्कूल में बच्चों की पार्टी थी, उसमें राइफल शूटिंग था और बड़े लोग को भी इनवाइटेड थे, और मैंने जो शूटिंग की और आई वाज लाइक वाह, जो बोलो बराबर में फूट रहा है. तो वो मेरे लिए याद है, खास बर्थडे पार्टी. ऑल्दो बहुत बड़ी चीज नहीं थी, बट इट बिकेम अ मेमोरी ट्रिगर.
Right, nice, good share. Thank you so much for sharing that. So that is how we need to, create content as well. We need to have some kind of a special memory, as you said, memory attached to that. That is what I talked about, lived experience. That is what a memory, right? A memory you have, attached with the content which you have created. So I'm done with my day session. If you still have any questions, I'm free to answer. And I look
Okay,
forward to
Alok ji, I will take leave here. Thank you so much.
Yeah, yes.
I've got
Thank you
something
so
else
much.
to.
Yes, carry on.
Thank you. Yeah.
Do good. Thank you so much for spending time. Do good. All the best. Yeah, anybody has a question, or else we'll close the session. We have. Yes, Melvinji, you're saying something?
No, I too will take your leave.
Yeah,
Thank you
yeah.
so
Even
much
we
for
are
everything.
closing.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you so much.
Yeah,
Take
Alok ji,
care.
I'm leaving also.
Yeah, take care, everyone.
Yeah,
We are
thank
all closing the call, and we'll look forward to another session. Take
Yeah,
care.
sure.
Bye bye. I hope
Bye-bye.
you all enjoyed it.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye bye. Bye bye.